Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. Today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on having another baby. This is an extremely vulnerable video for me, but I have had so many people question, are you guys gonna have another baby? Do you want another kid? And I want to talk about the pros and cons and where my head is at on that. So my whole life, I always envisioned being a mother, and I am one. My entire life, I always wanted to have 2 children. I have always had this image in my mind of what it would be like because I grew up with my brother Aiden, and having that sibling has been incredible throughout our life, and being able to relate to somebody else that understands completely our family dynamic, and to be able to have a friend that you can call at any point, including having an emotional roller coaster or maybe venting about your parent. Whatever the case may be, it's a built-in best friend. And I feel like for me, I'm so undecided because it's not that I don't want another baby, because I love Willow, and I think that if I love Willow this much, like I feel like I would have another baby and I'd be like, wow, I can't imagine life without them. And I hope that if I do have another baby, that baby looks at this video and just sees this vulnerability is not about not wanting to love them or have them. It's the realness of being a parent and like what responsibility comes with that. So with Willow, we tried. We knew we wanted to have her. When we did, we were ready, we were able, but we were unprepared and we didn't know what to expect. We just were going with the flow. And it's very stressful having babies at all. I think a lot of the time people look at it and they glamorize it from the outside looking in. I think a lot of the time, like for me, for instance, I know I have a lot of family members that had a lot of kids, and it just seemed like if they had so many that a couple isn't a big deal. But having children affects everybody in a different way for their mental health, and AJ and I are okay with just having Willow, and we're okay with having one more. We both are on the same page about not having more than 2, though. Thing is that the societal norms is to just keep having them, and it's interesting the dynamic of what people say to you, too. People will be like, oh, when are you guys gonna have kids? And then as soon as you have one, they ask, when are you having the other one? And then you have another one, and then people are gonna be like, oh, you're gonna have any more? It just feels really pushy, and I feel a lot of pressure from the outside. I feel like, oh, you have to give her a friend, but at the same time, she's my built-in bestie, and I love giving her all of my attention. So at this very moment, we are undecided, but we're still trying to go with the flow on our future, because it's hard to look at the bigger picture when you're struggling now. And it's not that we're like in this struggle bus right now, but I would say that there's definitely times where, you know, our patience wears thin, or we're losing sleep, or we're very stressed out. We were able to do whatever we wanted to do before, and all of that stopped when we had Willow, and then it really, really stopped when I was breastfeeding, and it really, really like took a halt when you're pregnant for 9 months, you breastfeed for however long you do. I breastfed for 8 months with Willow, and then you turn around and now you have a baby with you that's like a toddler, and you can't really do much of anything, and we didn't have as much help as we would have hoped we were going to have. It's different for everyone. I think if you have a family that's like fully retired and the grandparents are willing to like watch your children for you, that's different than all your parents are working, or in my instance, my dad, he has babies of his own, so he's not probably interested or able to be able to watch Willow. So there are pros and there are cons. The pros are this: long term. Now I have to think long term. Willow will have a best friend. When we're older, we'll have more than one sibling to visit us, to take care of us, or to hang out with us. A family of 4 feels like a complete family. Even when we go out to eat, I look at our seats and I kind of see that open space next to one of us, and I just feel like I can envision one more person there to fill it, right? I think about how when Ember passes away and the serious void there's going to be with Willow because she's so attached to our dog, having another human friend would be helpful. But then there's cons. I mean, I think about the financial differences. I think about how with every child you have, you're splitting your things more and more. And you are splitting your time more and more. Your patience. I think practically, and I'm more of a realist. I'm an optimistic realist is really what I am. And I feel like I'm rambling, but these are the truths. This is the actual things going on in my head when I think about my thoughts on having another baby. Another con is it is starting all over again. I do feel like when I had Willow that it took years off my life because I was so stressed out and just like drained. But at the same time, I've been through it already before, so I feel like I would know kind of what's coming and what to expect. I wouldn't be as terrified as I was the first time around. But then I get comments from people that say, you know, because Willow's such a great baby and she really doesn't fuss too much, especially in public. People will be like, oh, just wait till you have the second one because it's not going to be the same as the first one. And that terrifies me. I mean, more people than not say that. And that doesn't really make somebody want to have another kid. Obviously, we know if you've stuck around here, you know I'm a stay-at-home mom, and that obviously has put my career on the back burner. So I feel like if I have another kid, that's definitely continuing that. However, I've had opportunities on social platforms to make content about stay-at-home mom life and mom things, and I feel like that could help progress that. So I'm undecided. I think right now we know we have some time to still think on it. And I think for this time around, if we were to have another baby, that it wouldn't be as pressured on exactly when we wanted it. More so, we try, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not on birth control. Never been on birth control. That's a preference I have. And, we're not actively trying right now. We have an idea of when we're thinking ballpark-wise we want to try, but it's very scary. The reality of it is it's terrifying. And I know my limits, and I feel like I am almost like right there. Like there have been several times where I'm like, maybe I need to get this idea of having another kid out of my head because this is too much for me. Maybe I'd be just fine with just Willow, but would Willow be fine with just herself? And not to say that this next child is only going to just be a friend for Willow. Like this next child, we do want a son, or we've come to terms with if it's another girl, that's fine, but we would love to have a son, but we're not going to keep trying just to have a son. So it's just kind of like, it's cool. Like, what if we missed out on having the next Albert Einstein if we didn't have this next kid? Like I think these thoughts in my head are, I know that we're really good parents, and I feel like we do the best we can, and we're two educated people that are having children. We are the type of people I wish more people had kids that were like us, I guess. That sounds conceited, but it's true. I feel like the people that shouldn't have kids have way too many, and the people that should don't have enough. And so there's that too. And I just feel like if there's so many people that do it, we can do it too. So I know we can do it. It's just a matter of like executing that. I know we need a bigger house. I mean, we're cool. Like the room I'm filming in right now, this is my own room in the home we live in that I'm able to film, and I'm doing my hair and I have my clothes. That would be gone if we had another kid. So I know I have to make a lot of sacrifices with everything we do. With Willow, I had the biggest room in the house before we had her downstairs. It was the master bedroom, and the room we're in now was our guest bedroom. So when we had Willow, I got rid of the master room. That became her nursery. We got rid of our guest bedroom, and now I'm up here. But if we had another kid, I'm gone out of this. I'm booted. And I think I'm gonna have to be in like a nook somewhere in this house or share the room with my husband. That just feels really cramped. That feels really not realistic. The place that we live too, our home, it doesn't have a garage. It doesn't have a big yard. It's just not really great for a big dog 2 kids and then me and him. So I don't know. That's where I'm at. That's where all my random thoughts come into play. And for those that are interested in that definitive answer, basically it is, we're still planning on having another kid, just not right now. Not now, but soon. You know, the thought is there, but it's also kind of like we're on the fence. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have another kid. I wouldn't be surprised if we do have another kid. It's just on the fence. And if I make that decision on not having another kid, I will update you guys. I'll have another video about that. And if we do, you'll find that out too. So just stay tuned. But yeah, I would love for you guys to put in the comments down below some of your vulnerable thoughts on children, having children. If you have 1 kid, do you want any more kids? If you have several kids, do you regret having several kids? Not that you regret your children, but the decision of having more on your... I hope that we're grasping that. This is not to like make 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th children feel bad. It's just, this is the reality of where my headspace is at with 1 child. Not pregnant, just have 1 child. I like doing videos like this as well because I have several videos throughout the years of me talking about my thoughts or my messages to my future children, or my thoughts on having children. And then I look back and I'm like, wow, I really thought that then. And now I have a kid and I can look back on videos I made when I was like 19. It's so funny. So I would love to watch this video 5 years from now and see where I'm at. But another random thought I had is about my body. So when you're talking about having kids, you literally give up your body to get pregnant, to possibly stretch your skin, to feel uncomfortable and have to buy new clothes. And it's a whole process of emotions and of body dysmorphia, just all sorts of things that I'm not prepared to do right now, to deal with. But yeah, so I don't know, man. It's so stressful. Thank you guys for watching today's rambling video. It is a total filler video, but I just wanted to talk about it, document it, and have it on my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I promise the videos are not normally like this. This is just kind of like me rambling my thoughts to collect and document it. So I upload a new video, though, every Monday and Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. And as always, stay sassy. Bye, guys.